Good afternoon, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. Purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if there's probable cause for those charges. Probable cause simply means it is more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who committed that crime. Of course, as you stand before me this afternoon, I presume that you're innocent of these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings, unless and until the State Attorney's Office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release this afternoon. That is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit, or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. And if you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this afternoon. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there are 2 assistant state attorneys in the courtroom with me at the moment. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. You all solemnly swear affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Ashley Bullough. Afternoon, Ashley. Date of birth?
10/22/87.
All right, Ashley. First thing I have is a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. He found probable cause for violation of probation. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'm going to appoint the public defender. Bond on that is no bond. I can't change that. We'll send you to see Judge Merritt on October 15th. PD will come see you before then. The other thing I have is a writ of bodily attachment. That means a circuit judge and a child support hearing officer determined that you owe some child support, Ashley. Obviously, not a situation that you can remedy now that you're in jail without bond. I will find that you're in contempt for not paying child support. I'll leave the cash purge at 677 and sentence you to 30 days in the county jail for the contempt. That should be just about done by the time you get back in front of Judge Merritt, all right?
I have a question.
Sure.
I did 21 days in Pinellas County. Does that not count towards anything?
No, because I didn't find you in contempt till just now. I mean, it won't make any difference to you, Ashley. It's like I said, today's the 18th. So you're going to get 14, and by the 15th you'll have 29 days in on the contempt. It'll be done by the time you get back to court again.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Casey Collins. Afternoon, miss. What's your date of birth?
5/3/85.
Okay, so you're here on a probable cause arrest for violation of community control. There is probable cause for the arrest. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. The bond, of course, is no bond. I'll have you back in court on the 15th of October. PD will come see you before you go to court again, okay?
All right.
Thank you. Tiffany McLaughlin. Afternoon, Tiffany. What's your date of birth?
5/26/87.
Tiffany, you're here on a warrant that I signed. Apparently, you failed to appear in my court on a charge of battery. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Private counsel, but I actually came yesterday because I thought it got rescheduled because of the hurricane, so I was there, but then they arrested me for failure to appear, so.
Well, why in the world did you think it got rescheduled?
Because of the hurricane.
I understand there was a hurricane, but what occurred who told you you'd been rescheduled?
The clerk of court.
Now,
They couldn't even find my case yesterday. Nobody could pull it up.
Well, they couldn't find it yesterday because there was a warrant.
Look.
So that's how that happens. But nobody told you not to come on the 6th. So, all right, who's your lawyer?
I haven't got one yet.
Okay. All right. I'll set you bonded $1,000. I'll have you back in court on the 8th of October. Make sure when you talk to your lawyer, you tell them about that date, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Nicole Simmons. Afternoon, Ms. Simmons. What's your date of birth?
4/26/98.
Ms. Simmons, I have a warrant for you out of Pinellas County. The judge that signed that warrant found probable cause for a violation of probation. Set your bond at no bond. I can't change that bond. We're going to let Pinellas know that you are here and ready to go. I'll give them 5 days to come get you. If for some strange reason you are still here in 5 days, they'll bring you back to see me and I'll find out what the problem is, all right?
I have a question, Judge.
Sure.
The previous case I came for before for domestic violence, was I supposed to come back to court for that because the number, it's my boyfriend and I haven't been able to contact him since I've been in jail. The administrator blocked the number and I don't know why.
You have a case here in Hernando County you're talking about?
I have one and I came to court and I went to jail for it and all and they still have his number blocked and I haven't been able to tell nobody I'm in jail.
Hang on. Baker, you on there?
Yes, sir.
Like I had there. Did she do time?
No, it was blocked.
That was in April 2018.
And there's still a block on because of the first appearance, no contact? Okay. Well, all right, Nicole, I don't know what to tell you. I mean that matters here, and you're right. You should be able to call up from here because the no contact should have been lifted, but you're only going to be here for another day or two anyway, and you're going to be in Pinellas County. All righty?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Stephen Berneder. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
03/26/97.
Stephen, you're hearing a probable cause arrest for violation of probation. There is probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
I'll do it, PD.
I'll appoint the public defender. Bond, of course, is no bond. We'll have you back in court on October 15th. PD, I'll come see you before then, okay?
All right, thank you.
Billy Bird. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
10/31/58.
Billy, you're here on a charge of battery on a person 65 or older. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD, State.
Yes, Your Honor. There are charges from, that is from West Virginia from 2011, a wanton endangerment with firearm, a felony. There was also, looks like, a driving charge out of Georgia in 2010 that was dismissed. And then in Florida, we have a 2005 possession of paraphernalia, battery from 2005 that was dropped. It was a domestic in 1998. Then we have obtaining a controlled substance by fraud, uttering a forged instrument. 92, violation of probation.
Okay, that's probably good. Billy, got an address for you on Howell Avenue here in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long you been there?
The Tangerine Cove for 3 months. It's assisted living.
Oh, I'm familiar with it. All right. And I take it you're not working these days?
No, I'm disabled.
All right. Billy, I'm going to set your bond to $1,000, but the condition of the bond is that you have no contact with Terry Thomas while this charge is pending. That means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message, don't contact her through any social media, don't contact her through a third person, don't have any contact of any kind, any way that you might imagine contacting her. I forbid you to do that. If you have contact, your bond will be revoked and you'll be held without bond until the charge is resolved. It means no contact even if she wants to contact. So if you answer your phone and hear her voice, you should hang up. If you're out and about and see her, you should turn around and run the other way. You need to understand that she cannot drop the charges against you. That's not a decision she'll get to make. She might go to the state attorney's office and ask them to drop the charges, but that decision belongs solely to the assistant state attorney handling your case. So unless that person or the judge or your lawyer tell you the charges are dropped, you should assume they are not dropped and you should not have contact. Now I realize you both are staying at Tangerine Cove, but that means the onus is on you. You have to avoid her, okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to make you leave there, but I'm telling you, you have to be very vigilant to stay out of her path, okay?
Yes, sir. Well, I'm getting ready. I have another assisted living place in Newport that I'm getting ready to move to.
That'll be best.
This happened.
All right. So, Billy, we're going to hold you also till 4 p.m. today, so that she wanted to serve you with a civil injunction. We know where to find you. If you get a civil injunction, it's doubly important that you not have contact, because in that case, not only would you get your bond revoked here, but you'd get new charges for violating that. I'll have you back in court on October 15th. When you get out, it's very important that you contact the PD, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kane Cesar. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
2/26/89.
All right, Kane, I got 3 new charges: retail theft, resisting without, and driving on a suspended license. It appears you're also currently on felony probation. Is that right?
Yeah.
So I got a probable cause arrest for the violation of probation. There's probable cause all the way around. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself, you're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll point the PD. On the 3 misdemeanors, I'm going to leave those bonds per the schedule, which is $500, $1,000, and $500 respectively. Those are coming back October 8th. The bond on the VOP, of course, is no bond. That one's coming back on the 11th of October. They might have told you the 15th. The right date is the 11th, and the PD will come see you before your cases go to court, all right?
Can I ask for rehab?
Can you do what?
Ask for rehab?
Well, that's something to talk to your lawyer about. That's nothing that I can do for you today. Blake, did I? Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
09/02/2000.
Charges battery being domestic in nature. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll point the PD stage.
Your Honor, we do have a victim present in court this afternoon. I spoke with her prior, and she indicates that she does want to have contact. Her mother is present with her. I believe that individual is also the foster mother of the defendant. His prior history is all juvenile. Looks like the last charge was in 2017, which was a disorderly conduct that was dropped. In 2016, there was a domestic battery that was went into pretrial diversion. In 2014, another battery that was dropped. 2013, petty theft that went into pretrial diversion. Grand theft, dealing in stolen property from 13, that also went into pretrial diversion.
Okay. And Natalia, can I speak to you? Come on forward.
Her mom's.
Right. I got that. Raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear affirm tell truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Natalia De Jesus,
All right. Mr. Jesus, how old are you?
18.
Okay. How long have you known Blake?
Going on 4 years.
Okay. And the nature of the relationship now?
We were on good terms. It was just a misunderstanding.
Boyfriend, girlfriend?
Boyfriend, girlfriend.
Okay. As opposed to brother, sister?
Yeah.
The distinction matters, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before we got together, we were together before my mom adopted him.
Okay. I figured it was something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys all live in the same house?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you tell me, or at least you told Miss Underwood that you want to have contact with him?
Yes, sir.
Are you concerned that he's going to hurt you or harm you in any way?
No.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you to get you to come here this afternoon?
No, sir.
Okay. And Mom, he gets to come back home? Okay, and you're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
And Blake, the address I have is Bayside Court. That's where you live?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you working these days or going to school? What's going on?
Well, I had a job to start yesterday, but kind of lost that by coming here, so I'm probably going to start back working on a boat like I used to do.
Are you shrimping or what are you doing?
Yes, sir, shrimp boat.
Okay. All right. Blake, I'm going to set your bond at $100, and I'm going to let you have peaceful contact with Natalia. It is always a crime for you to touch this young lady any way that she does not want to be touched. Are we clear about that?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you have any contact with her while this charge is pending that cannot be described as peaceful, and I find out about it, you will find yourself back in jail without bond. That means so much as raising your voice, and you might find yourself back right where you're at right now without the ability to bond out. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. As far as you're concerned, if you want to call 911 because you think something is going on that shouldn't be going on, you call 911. Okay? They'll come running just as fast as they ever would have. I am deadly serious that he needs to behave. And so if he raises his voice, call 911 and we'll take care of it, all right?
Yes,
Mom, you understand?
Yes, I do.
No defects. He's got to behave. If he doesn't behave, he's my problem, not yours.
She's my priority before him.
All right? I'm with you. And we're all standing in line.
I love him, but that's...
I'm with you. And if you need somebody to take care of this young man, I'm your guy. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Blake, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 0 defects, man. You'll be back in front of me on October 8th. When you get out, make sure that you contact the public defender right away, okay?
May I get his number?
Well, you'll figure that out. I'm sure you will. All right, October 8th. Thank you very much, folks.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Dustin Dostroff. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
2481.
Dustin charged driving under the influence. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll point to PD State.
Your Honor, he has history out of other states as well as Florida. Looks like in March there were some felony charges out of Pasco that were dropped, a burglary and a dealing in stolen property. There's a gap. 2001, there were a burglary charge that was dropped. Then moving to, let's see, sorry, I'm having trouble finding which state this is. Ohio, excuse me. In Ohio, in 2008, he had 2 different trafficking charges in drugs. And then in Texas, it looks like in 2001, he was paroled. He was on parole. Looks like there was a 2006 burglary of a habitation charge. Sorry, that might have been 2001. That he ended up getting paroled on. A couple of different burglary of a habitation. In 2005, it's like he was in custody. Again, all these are out of Texas. And then in 2004, there was a failure to ID. These also show fugitive from justice in some of those cases.
Dustin, I have an address for you on Cortez Boulevard in Brooksville. Is that where you live now?
Yes, sir.
How long you been there?
Since February 4th.
All right. You have a job these days?
I did. That was yesterday.
Okay. What were you doing?
I work for Guys Land Clearing. It's a tree service.
Okay. You think he'll be done with you now?
I hope not.
Okay. All right. I'm going to set your bond at $500. I'm going to have you back in court on October 8th. As soon as you get out, contact the public defender's office, all right?
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yep. Jeremy Nibbs.
Sure.
Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth? Date of birth?
31273.
There it is. Jeremy, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Heineman. He found probable cause for 2 charges, grand theft and criminal mischief. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, sir.
I'll appoint the PD. State what he got.
Your Honor, it looks like he is on probation out of Pinellas County, possibly for DUI that was violated. It was there's some charges in 2019 as well, other grand theft and stealing and stolen property. Those were dropped recently.
Jeremy, are you on probation right now?
Yes, sir. I was picked up. The female, the ex that put these 2 warrants on me, I had no idea about. She came 2 counties over to my new girlfriend's house, and that's how that happened.
Okay,
But
I just want to know if you're currently on probation. That's all.
And, Your Honor,
yes, sir. But it's misdemeanor, and they released me RR unsupervised, so I can come up here and take care of this. But the same female who put the
Okay,
warrants on me
hang on.
months ago.
Hang on.
looks like he also
She keeps
resolved
doing it.
a
And then she
possession of
gets dropped.
diazepam, 2 of those out of Pinellas in April. He got jail time on those, driving on a suspended license. There's the DUI. It looks like they came in from January.
Okay.
More driving charges from 2018. Those appear to be out of Hillsborough County, driving on a suspended license. Felon in possession of a firearm, 2018 out of Hillsborough County. Possession of marijuana. 2015 violation of probation out of Pinellas for possession of cocaine.
That's probably enough. Jeremy, I have an address for you on 50th Avenue in St. Pete. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
All right. And are you working these days?
I'm retired military. I collect a pension.
Okay. I believe your bonds per the warrant, which is $2,000 on the grand theft, $500 on the criminal mischief. The total is $2,500. You'll be back in court on these charges on October 15th. If you get out, make sure you contact the PD, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Angelo Osario. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
Absolutely. 4/14/76.
Angelo, you're here in a warrant signed by Judge Toner. Apparently you failed to appear in his court on 2 charges, felony driving on a suspended and DUI. As to those charges, did you have the public defender?
Yes, I have one.
All right. Would you like to continue with the public defender?
Yes, sir. The thing is that I was kind of like an hour late to court. That's
Okay,
this came
Angelo.
about.
Angelo.
Yes, sir.
I know all about it. Not much that I can do about it here, other than tell you what the bonds are, and you'll have to talk to your PD and make your arguments up on the 4th floor. All right.
Okay.
So they're going to leave the bonds per the warrant, which is $10,000 on the first count, $2,000 on the second. That's a total of $12,000. I will move your date to the 11th of October. You'll be back in front of Judge Toner. If you get out, contact the PD right away. If you don't get out, they'll see you before you go to court. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.